Kerry Sullivan here with another HowToKickAssInSales.com tip of the day. And today is all about the power of systems. As you may or may not know, I'm a big fan of sports and I read a ton of books on sports coaches and the books that they write. And the reason I like to read those books is because they're really good at getting things quick and to the point and concise, because when they coach athletes, that's what it has to be. They have to have really effective ways of communicating and getting things done. And I'm reading a great book right now by a coach named Urban Meyer. And Urban Meyer was the head coach at Florida for their football team when Tim Tebow was there. They won a national championship. Well, they didn't win a national championship, but they did a lot of great things. And then he's gone on to be the coach at Ohio State, and he's been doing a tremendous job up there as well. They won the national championship 2 years ago now. And he talks about what makes a good program and a good coach stick out from all the others is that they have a system. Right? It's not just kind of airy-fairy and rhetoric and everything like that. Everything is very systemized and it just makes things work a lot more. And this is something that I've talked about a lot in these videos, is just the power of really having a system in place where you can go out there and get things done. You know, I was listening to another great podcast the other day, the I Love Marketing podcast, with a guy named Vern Harness. I have it written down there. I just want to make sure I get it. But he's a consultant, and he's written all kinds of books, but he also talks about the same thing. You know, when they look at businesses, they look at, you know, revenue per employee. That's a big number they look at. And so sometimes you have these great little small businesses and the revenue per employee isn't that good, but then you have these huge, great, big, bloated, bureaucratic businesses and the revenue per employee is really good. And the reason is because they have solid, effective systems in place. It's not that they have tremendous staff or anything else in there, which is really important, but when you have both those things together, you have really good killer staff with a good system, you're able to really skyrocket your business and get that kind of exponential results and growth. It's really effective. So how does this impact you as a sales professional? Well, listen, have systems for everything. Have a cold calling system, have a lead generation system, have a system for how you follow up with people, right? Have a system with how you talk with people, the steps you break them down through. And then when you have numbers around those things, then you can consistently just try to improve and get those things better. So when you have a system, this is what top sales professionals do. They have a system. They have a system for dealing with each objection they get and the different types of objections they get. They have a follow-up system, right? They have all different things, how they walk people through the sales process. There's a whole system. And if you're with a good company, they'll have a pretty solid system in place, but you can always make it better and develop your own system. So that is really one of the differences between what makes a good company, a good team, a great team, and taking things to the next level. You know, I was also talking to you guys about a book that I've read this year called Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin, and they also talk about that. They had systems when they were Navy SEALs to get things done, and it allowed them to be really effective, really efficient, and in turn it actually gave them more freedom to really be able to do what they needed to do. So that is the name of the game. You know, it was like I was saying yesterday, a lot of people are like, oh, that's extreme systems and all that. I don't know about that. But it was like I was talking about yesterday, Nick Saban, another great coach, he says there's two different kinds of pain you can have out there, the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment. Which one do you want to have? So if you have the pain of discipline and putting these systems into place, you're going to go out there and ultimately it's going to set you free. It's a little counterintuitive, but hey, conventional wisdom is always wrong. So I'll see you on the next one. And hey, if you like